Make sure you tune into the vlog because I'm gonna actually show you the new facility and property, the shop space that we just recently purchased in person. Saturday run complete. Today's challenge was to do it without any water. I don't know if that was a good idea. My mouth is completely dry, can't even spit because I do the same run every single week. I try to mix it up a little bit. Last week I put one of these size rocks in my shoe just to make it a little harder. So I don't know if today was smart though. Gotta do hard things. All right, so we are actually at the property that next week we're gonna start construction on, and it is in the middle of the county. We got dairy farms over here. Look at that, dairy farms. It's fantastic. There's no one out here. It's beautiful, and it's only like 8 minutes from downtown, probably 10 minutes from the center of our territory. So I'm gonna walk you through what we're gonna do. And then literally in a couple days, you're gonna see it actually happening. So we're gonna create a gravel driveway in the back of the property here. This is the 1 acre parcel that I just bought. This is the one we closed on last week. It's an old house, 1925 house, but completely gutted and remodeled. There's a basement and an upstairs second level. So there's like 2,400 square feet of a building. I'm actually here with Liz today because she's already found a tenant, someone that works as a petty officer, a local Navy base. And so they're gonna be living here as a family. It's the best place to live as a family. You got an acre of property. You're out here on the farms. It's incredible. Like the sunrise is right over those mountains right there. And you can see the sunset that goes on that direction. So anyways, gravel driveway is gonna come through here all the way to the back of the property. This whole back of the property is gonna be graveled and gonna be the shop space for this location. We're gonna build a privacy fence all the way through here to kind of separate the house and then back shop space here. And there's not a lot of trucks. Our goal for this location is, $500,000-600,000 in revenue. We only need 5 or 6 trucks for that. So it'll be plenty of space back here. We'll have a storage box, one of the shipping containers that we'll bring over here that we own. And then again, like I said, privacy fence there. And then back here is what's really cool is this property is actually zoned for an ADU or an accessory dwelling unit. Instead of going through the permitting process though, what we're going to do is we're gonna bring an RV on, which is actually a tiny house. This is a tiny house. I bought this bad boy and it's hopefully gonna get delivered here next week. So you guys will be able to see it. And my goal is to make this pay for the entire property that we're getting for the Mount Vernon location. So yeah, house hacking to its finest. Now a tiny house, it only is like 250 square feet. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this all gravel. We're gonna make it super flat, like really nice and level. Bring the tiny house right here. And then this back sanctuary area is gonna be part of the Airbnb. So this tiny house is gonna be something I can rent out for $200 a night, no problem. And back here is kind of gonna be a sanctuary. It has a gate so that if they want to bring a dog, they can just like lock the dog up in here. But also, I'm eventually going to put a pad in here of concrete and put in a hot tub and then also a fire pit here. Now, this is a goat farm behind us. And right now it's pretty hot out, so they don't have the goats out, but typically you hear them all bleeding. It's just like a beautiful atmosphere out here. And what we're gonna do is put a fence in between the main house and the Airbnb unit, so that way there's some privacy here. We'll tear this bad boy out, but all of this back here is gonna be gravel and then privacy fence around it for Augusta Lawn Care. So really we're trying to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. We got Augusta Lawn Care, the shop space. We have the Airbnb unit back here. I've already purchased the tiny house. It's coming from California and it was $75,000, brand spanking new, and we will easily rent that out for $200 a night, like every day of the week. Might even go up to $300 during the summer, especially around the Tulip Festival is around here. But anyways, there's gonna be another fence here to protect from the house. Now the house is going to be rented out, like I said, to a tenant. I think we already got somebody. Liz is making a video for them because they are moving to town in a few weeks and they're gonna move in here. And I think we're getting $3,200 for the rent at this property. If you think that's really high, trust me, we're in Washington State. It's a really good deal for a 2,400 square foot on this type of property. And we're gonna mow the lawn for them. It includes their Wi-Fi, includes their garbage, because we're gonna have a big garbage bin anyways. So we're going to just basically share it with the tenant. Now, right here, this is the garage. Now the garage is not going to be for the tenant. It is going to be for Augusta Lawn Care. So we will have our shop space in the back there. In terms of parking, the trailers, the trucks, etc. But then over here is where we're gonna have this 2-car garage to basically have for stand-up meetings. And it already has like plenty of storage space, a bench, has the garage doors that we can move up. So if we wanna have larger team meetings. Again, there's probably only gonna be 5-6 employees here max, so it's not gonna be a huge operation. We'll just keep raising prices and making it a pretty profitable location over the next few years. But this is perfect. to be able to have a bench for grinding and sharpening blades and just storage of stuff here. Now, the problem, I really wish this garage was about 100 feet in that direction because I don't really like the fact that it's right next to the house where the tenants are gonna be living at. So we'll have to kind of figure out how we're gonna, keep this probably as the entrance, and then the guys head back there in the morning. But this is a great property here, and I'll probably show you a little bit inside, but I know most of you are mostly interested in just the business side of things, but just a great property here. On the middle of here, the dairy farms, it's quiet. A lot of this stuff is brand new. They did all the AC, the heating was brand new, etc. Let me show you this. This is the actual listing here. And you can see here, it was for $575,000. We didn't pay that. Originally it was actually listed for $650,000, but they really put on the market in a really, really bad time when interest rates had just really ramped up to like 6.5%. And so we came in, they had just lowered the price down to $575. I came and said, hey, look, I know this property. I know that we can turn this into a 3-in-1 kind of deal in terms of a rental unit, an Airbnb, and a shop space, which is obviously huge value to me, a lot more than what the typical buyer is going to get. And so came in here, offered $540,000, waived the inspection, closed really quickly, put down $20,000 in earnest money because I knew I wanted the property. And yeah, man, this is great. There's a lot of space. There's like 4 or 5 bedrooms, but 1 or 2 of them don't have a closet, so it's technically not bedrooms, but you can see here it's somewhat dated in terms of like colors and things, but everything is new in terms of the finishes, like flooring, tile, we got stainless steel appliances, granite countertops. Just a perfect unit. This is gonna be an amazing place to raise kids, so I'm really looking forward to this. I don't really have any single family houses. I guess I do have one in my rental portfolio. Most of my places are apartments, duplexes, things like that. Upstairs here, this is this will be the coolest place to be a kid. You got these really low ceilings here. You got like these nook little storage things, and then back here, you got a bathroom. But then this is like the coolest thing ever. Kind of like a walk around kind of closet area. So obviously it was like an old design because 1925 was originally built, but it's all been brand new, redone. New AC, new heating, etc. So this is upstairs. I'm gonna go down to the very basement and show you some cool stuff down there. Okay, so now I'm headed downstairs to the 3rd story, or like down in the basement. Now we are in a flood zone. This is another thing that a lot of people is a big red flag for them as other buyers. But like, look at this, you got storage down here. They left us a couple deep freezers, and then this, you could actually make this bottom story a separate unit. You could, because this goes right outside, right up to the garage. You can make this a separate unit and sell this as like a separate suite almost. But the reason I did not try to do that is, number one, I live like 30, 40 minutes away from here. I don't want to have any problems. Even though Liz is the manager, I don't want her to have to come down here. We want to sell it to a family that's going to stay here for years to come. And secondarily, down here does not have a shower. There's a half bathroom, and to build a shower off of this would be a pain in the neck. We looked at where the heating was at and load-bearing walls, and it's just not worth it. Another reason why a lot of people wouldn't buy this house is because it's in a flood zone, and so this will probably flood every 10 years or so. They have a brand new sump pump. It worked great. It was inspected, all the rest of it. But this whole downstairs area is really nice. They really renovated it all, made it brand new. They got brand new AC and heating in here. They have all the bones of the house are fantastic. Even though it's 1925 built, like check out these washer dryer. Like these things are brand spanking new. So I really truly believe that this property would have sold for almost $700,000 if they would have sold this 8 months ago. But because of the downturn in the local market, people have stopped buying. But you got this brand new heating. Literally just put it in June, August now. It's the first part of August. This is that pump I was talking about. It's in the lowest part of the building, the house here. And it automatically comes on as soon as water would get inside of there. So, yeah. Of course, had to pay a little bit extra for flood insurance, but honestly, the value of this property to me is a lot more than any other buyer. And that's the type of properties you're looking for if you're doing real estate, is where can I buy a house where even though the math might not look good for a regular person, it makes it worth it for me. For example, this is going to be a $3,000 mortgage, basically, once I pay my insurance and all the rest of it. See, this is brand new, all remodeled, full bathroom here. But to a regular homeowner, this is $3,000 for a mortgage. They're gonna come live here. That's great. For me, I'm gonna get $3,200 for rent. I'm gonna probably save $1,200 in having a shop space, at least $1,200. Like with that garage space for the shop and everything, this is probably $1,500 of a shop space would typically cost me. Plus, I'm gonna get an Airbnb and make at least $3,000 a month in rental income from that. So, okay, we got $3,200 for rent from the actual main house. Then we got $3,000 at least a month from the Airbnb. Like that's being very conservative. And then we have probably $1,500 worth of value that we're gonna have the storage of the vehicles. Like literally $7,000 in value I'm paying with taxes, insurance, interest, the mortgage, everything. $3,000 on this. So this will be a great property for Augusta to be able to grow in this local area, as well as just for rental portfolio income. And this is something with Augusta Lawn Care we've talked a lot about with them as they begin to grow their locations and they get multiple locations, is owning the real estate and actually turning it into an investment instead of a cost of having storage space, having an office space, and how to house hack properties like this one to turn it into where now I have an Airbnb and can make really good rental income. So hopefully that was helpful, inspiring. Places like this, you can make this work. I'm around dairy farms. It's zoned where I can do this sort of thing. And like, this is a great place to live, but it's even a better place to invest with the business, the ADU or the RV that we're using. It's gonna be the tiny house. It'll be a fantastic place for Airbnb, and I'm really looking forward to it. So take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.